ended up working on cruise ships for years, and I ended up getting my job in a really weird way. I was living in Vancouver. I saw an ad in the newspaper. They were looking for singers and dancers for their big chorus line shows. It said you had to be 5'7" and a trained dancer, which clearly I am. I showed up. There were all these very beautiful, very young, very tall women stretching and warming up. I rolled in like a baked potato. I think I mentioned I was about 70 pounds heavier at the time. I walked in the room, I said, clearly I'm not right for the part, but here's what I can do. And I did this for my audition. I said, well, I have got a secret. I got a lot of hair. And no, not on my head. I mean, way down there. Though I try to maintain my big, healthy mane that no single man wants to screw. So I'm shaving off my muff for you. They said, we think that you can come into the comedy club instead. Hairy muff and all. And so they actually called me. They said, we'd like to know if you have a PG comedy, a PG family-friendly show. I said, I don't have a PG family-friendly joke. It's not what I do. So they brought me into the comedy club anyways. I managed a comedy club on board, which was about an 800-seat theater, packed for 21 shows a week. It was incredible, you guys. Yeah, because the best part of doing this job for me, I do this all for the live entertainment. Every single show that I do is completely different because every crowd is completely different. Thank you. Sometimes people all get naked. I worked at a nudist resort. In Mexico, I worked at a swingers nudist resort. It was amazing. Staring into a crowd and seeing everybody naked is what I want to see all the time. But you think it's going to be way cooler than it is. It's never really. Because you know what it is? It's not the people that you really want to see naked. You know? It's like you guys. It's like, So when COVID happened, cruise ships were one of the first things to kind of shut down. And obviously that was it for me. I was out of a job. And what was supposed to be 2 weeks turned into 2 years. So I ended up getting a job as doing construction estimating for micropiles and soil nails. You guys now know as much as I do about micropiles. I don't even know what they are, to be perfectly honest. I figured I would only be there for a couple weeks till performing picked up again. I was still able to do a couple shows, but everything was limited capacity, so wasn't making any money. So there I was at this job, and I thought, if I just don't make any waves, I'm just not going to talk to anyone. I'm going to show up every day and pretend to be busy. It's what I did. I showed up. I had no idea. Nobody knew what was going on. COVID was ramping up, and everyone was panicked. So nobody took the time to ask me what I was doing. And I just always said, Joe asked me to do something. I don't even know if Joe worked there. I really don't. It was a big company. I had a cubicle. So I invited a couple of people that I worked with to a show I was doing, and the bosses found out. And I got called into the office, and I thought, clearly I'm getting fired. I don't actually work here. They called me into the office, and they said, because I'm going out and then coming into work, I'm now putting everyone's lives in danger. So they've decided to give me my own office. Sounds way better than it was. I showed up to work one day and they had just taken the door off the broom closet and put my desk in it. I spent 11 months at this company. I still to this day have no idea what my job was. I still couldn't tell you what a micropile is. But I could sure pretend type fast. So, I actually, I failed my driver's test last week. After 22 years with an N, I thought it's time. And I failed. You know why I failed? No, thank you. Speeding in a school zone. Automatic fail, because subconsciously I hate children that much. It's right down to my core. So then I remembered that I actually failed my N test the first time when I was 16, here in Campbell River. We're out there, I parallel parked perfectly. And then as I went to drive away, I don't know how it happened. It's never happened before or since, or to anyone else I know, but I went to shoulder check so aggressively, I slammed my head into the window and almost knocked myself unconscious. That is how the testing guy reacted. Hysterical laughter. He was laughing so hard he couldn't catch his breath. You know what I mean? Wheezing for a good 5 minutes. He finally catches his breath enough. He looks at me and says, "No, my window's open, not yours." So I don't recommend driving anywhere with me. Bad idea. When I took my test, though, I got in the car, I said, just so you know, I haven't studied for this. It's a lie. I studied 22 years ago. What do these signs mean? No, I did. I failed, but then I took it again a couple weeks later. I passed, you guys. I'm a fully licensed driver. A danger to society. Oh, man. I didn't have a car when I lived out on the cruise ships. I didn't need one. When I was out there, it was pretty funny. My name, as you can see, is Randii Andii. That's my name. Thank you for that, whatever that was. You can read. Neat. I came up with my name when I first started performing. After I met this drag queen, I started performing as a drag queen. I started performing as a drag queen Dolly Parton. So the boys would dress me up in a big blonde wig, and I would go and I would just sing 9 to 5 in drag bars. And all these men would come up to me and poke me in the titties and say, "How'd you get him to look so real?" Thanks, Miss Tit 79. You're welcome. So I came up with the name because I was doing a show and I just was going by my name, which is Andii. Randii is my adjective because Randii means horny. It's what? It's an action? No, it's not a verb. You're not an English teacher. Never mind. So I'm doing this show, and it was a drag show where they all have these cute little names, you know, Ginger Minge. And I get introduced, the MC reads my name, and she goes, "Andii, just Andii?" I was horrified, you guys. I walked out on stage and said, "I am not just anything." That night, after 9 bottles of wine, seemed like it would have been an obvious choice. Randii would have been the first thing we thought of, but it was not. So out on the cruise ships, my name tag says Randii Andii. because they also don't know what it means. I'm out there, I get on the elevator, this old man gets on, I said, which floor? He tells me. So I push the button for him. He leans in real close, looks at my name tag and says, "Thank you so much, Randii Andii." It was a cruise ship. He was that old, he thought they were Roman numerals. It's a very weird life. Has anyone in here ever been on a cruise? 2 people. Cool. Okay. It's weird because a lot of stupid people cruise. So I'm shocked not more of you have been. Come on, we were all educated in Campbell River. Not a lot of smart people here. I'm just kidding. Not really. Okay. So anyways, I'm out there and I would get asked all these questions all the time. Like, does the ship generate its own electricity? No, we have a big extension cord that runs all the way back to Miami. That's why we're not going far, because when we get too far, they just pull us back in. Do the crew sleep on board? No, we get airlifted back and stay in a nice hotel. Or I would say, when you guys aren't in your cabins, there's someone napping in there right now. We rotate. The number one question I got asked, I wish I was joking, the number one question is, which way do these stairs go? How are you unfamiliar with how stairs work? I realize they might not have them at the trailer park you come from, but let me give you a demonstration. They go up and down. Or they would say, we would be at the very back of the ship, and they would come over and say, do these elevators take you to the front of the ship? They do, yeah. I would say if you actually get in, they're very fancy. If you just punch in your room number, they'll take you right there. In fact, they're voice activated. If you go in and just say your room number, magic. And then they would walk onto an elevator and say, 502. It's not working. Oh, it's set on Spanish. Try it again. As the doors closed, I would just walk away. So, being out on the cruise ships for so long, when I first started, like I said, I did not have one single PG joke. I have not lived a PG life. I don't come from PG people. But since being out there, I do now. I have an entire PG show. It's just not funny, but it's squeaky clean. And I have just very recently, I've decided, I brought my new friend here. My new friend, the guitar. My parents bought this for me when I was 16 years old. I begged them because I was going to move to Nashville and be a country singer. And I never learned how to play it. That's been in a storage locker for almost 20 years now. I finally had all this free time on my hands, so I decided to learn it. I'm going to play it for you guys tonight. And it is my very first ever PG family-friendly song. So you better like it. I actually did try and take lessons once when I was in college, but I accidentally signed up for beginner's guitar lessons at the senior center. Everyone else had dementia. We learned the same thing 6 classes in a row. I've gotten a little better since then. So I'm going to play you guys a song. You want to hear it? Okay, the only problem is I don't know how to sit down in this outfit. Give me a sec. Oh, hi. Yeah. Wait, Okay, I'm blinding you also. You can't look up my dress. Okay. Wait. Just so I can sit a little better. Okay. This should work. I think we're ready. Okay, I still have way too much clothes on. Okay. I'm really excited about this because this is a debut for me. I've only ever played my guitar twice in front of people. It was at a coffee shop, and it didn't go well. Oh no, I know I do, but it's I'm excited. Okay. I know, thank you. You're right. Okay. All right, here, let's do it. Okay. Oh, that was, okay, wait. My first song that I wrote is called Wait. No, wait. So stupid. Okay, I love that I am blinding everybody right now. This guitar, I put a mirror finish on it, and it was a terrible idea. Okay. My seatbelt is locked, the shades are closed. I boarded this plane 10 hours ago. I think I need to straighten up my spine. The overhead vent is broken, can't get warm. This plane is shaking, there is a storm. Already I'm so exhausted I could die. There's a creep sitting next to me, talk to me incessantly. Can't he see my eyelids? They are closed. I'm sleeping on a jet plane. He's waking me back up again. No, babe, leave me alone. He leans over me to see the view, keeps pushing the buttons to call the flight crew. Nothing that he says is interesting. He's talking about his job again. I'll check the time, it's 4 a.m. Can't he see that I'm not listening? He's itchy and complains to me, tells me about his DVT. On a plane there's nowhere you can go. I'm sleeping on a jet plane. He's waking me back up again. Now I can't feel my toes. Well, I hope the morning won't be long. I'll put a boring movie on. Now he has to get up and take a pee. The kid right behind me has a meltdown. Kick my seat one more time and I'll turn around. I wish they would shut up and let me be. I'm sleeping on a jet plane. He's waking me back up again. No, babe, leave me alone. While the creep beside me starts to snore, I'll teach him a lesson he's asking for. I'll take out my life jacket from the floor. Oxygen mask pulled down from above. I'll put it on, it fits like a glove. I'll jump straight up and point towards the door. 'Cause I'm screaming on a jet plane. He'll never do that to me again. I'll say we're going down. Now he's screaming on a jet plane. I'll never fly Sunwing again. No,
I'm being detained.